Hello everyone, Maggie here, coming at you with another video. Today we're going to be making vegan peanut butter cheesecake. So for this recipe you will need a high-speed blender, a food processor, and a springform pan. Alright, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is make our crust. So take your food processor, and the first thing we're going to add is 1 cup of either raw pecans or raw almonds. Today I have a mixture of half and half. 1 cup of pitted medjool dates, and my dates were a little on the dry side, so I soaked them for about an hour in the fridge so they're nice and soft. 1 teaspoon of virgin coconut oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 teaspoon of ground flax seeds. Go ahead and pop on the top and scrape down your sides as needed. And you'll know your crust is done when it sticks to your spatula and it's kind of sticky to the touch. So now I have got my springform pan that I've lightly greased with coconut oil, and we are just gonna take our crust mixture and put it in the bottom of our pan and just push it down lightly and evenly distribute it all over the bottom. It helps if you wet your hands a little bit. So there we go. It should be a nice thin crust along the bottom, and we're just gonna pop this in the freezer while we make our cheesecake filling. So now to make our filling. So the first thing we're gonna add is 3 cups of soaked cashews. So for our raw cashews in this recipe, they either need to be soaked for around 6 hours or overnight in the fridge, or you can boil them. You just put them into some boiling water for around 7 to 8 minutes, and it does the same thing that soaking them overnight would do. It's a little trick that I like to use. 1/2 teaspoon of some ground cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And we're just gonna blend these up. So now that we've blended up the cashews, the cinnamon, and the salt, we're gonna add 3/4 cup of maple syrup. You can also use agave nectar or coconut nectar. You're gonna add 1/4 cup of your favorite vegan peanut butter, and 1/2 cup of some virgin coconut oil. And just blend those up. So blend until your mixture is super smooth and creamy. And if you need to add some water along the way, if it's just too thick, that's fine, but this consistency looks just about perfect. All right, so take your crust out of the freezer, and now it's time to pour in our mixture. So now just pour in your delicious peanut butter mixture from the blender. Do your best to scrape as much of the mixture out of that blender as you can. So I did my best to get all of the peanut butter filling out of the blender. It was kind of hard because it was a little sticky, but now you're just gonna smooth out the top, make it as even as possible. All right, and that's gonna have to do it. So now we need to start our chocolate sauce. So in here I have 1/4 cup of some cacao powder. I'm just using this Native Naturals Mayan Superfood cacao powder. So I like using this over cocoa. It's a lot better for you. And to that we're gonna add 1/4 cup of some melted coconut oil. So equal parts melted coconut oil and cacao powder. Go ahead and mix these together until they form a smooth chocolate. So once you've gotten out all the lumps and your chocolate looks smooth, you're gonna add your sweetener. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of agave nectar. So go ahead and mix it together, and your chocolate should start to thicken up just a bit. And now just pour on all of your chocolate to coat the top of your pie. So we're all finished making our cheesecake, and now you want to put it in the fridge for a minimum of 2 hours before serving it.